guess you'll come when you get ready. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, I'm cooking. Come on. So, all right, the lady told me that the dog is smart enough to not jump. If she do, I'm gonna feel like shit. Come on. Wait a minute, because I don't trust. I don't trust. We're gonna randomly do this thing down because that devil pepper is not hell. Not trying to have another pepper incident. But yeah, my next meal gonna be noodles though. But after that, I'm gonna cook some squash. I've been craving squash with some peppers and onions, and maybe saute some cabbage. I'm gonna try anyway, or maybe steam some cabbage, and then put some pork chops in the air fryer. I do have that piece of fish left, but I put that in the freezer. Here go Candy in Colorado. Get on this off this couch. I don't want to have a habit because I developed that habit really quick. I ain't gonna lie, when I was in the military, my desk used to be junky. My desk used to be junky, but now it's not. You hear that, huh, Bella? What? Bella did good today, y'all. She been a good girl today. And she ain't talking about nothing. She just walking. And look, she's my twin sister, so of course I'm gonna check on her every now and then. You know, make sure ain't nobody going upside her damn head. I do pray for her though. I do. And if anybody wanna I hate this remote. If anybody wanna hear, I talk to my nephew now. My nephew's older than me, right? So my nephew was like, just pray for her. I'm like, man, that's a hard pill to swallow. You know, I had to deal with, all the rumors. But what I learned is it's not about what she says, it's how these people take it. So to these people, you never had squash? If you ever have squash, do it with onions. Yes, do it with onions. And some sausage. And some Old Bay. And a garlic and herb seasoning. Oh yeah. Something sweet to drink sounds really good right now. But yeah, I mean, everybody knows, the things that Candy has said. And now I realize why what me defending myself doesn't matter. And that's what I conclude. Well, I ain't gonna lie. People have been trying to tell me way since 2020 when this shit first kicked off, with me and Candy. man, they was like, you wasting your breath defending yourself. I'm like, man, it's some strong accusations, man. Strong accusations. I'm like, I know I didn't do, but maybe me clapping back is making shit worse. I mean, it sure ain't getting me nowhere, but sicker, physically and mentally sicker. I'm like, these people know I deal with high blood pressure, diabetes, sleep apnea, mental depression. They know that, you know. And I mean, these folks, if they sit there and fix their mouth to tell you to off yourself and they don't know you that well, they mean that shit. And that's how this shit started. And I'm gonna keep, I'm on the fence of whether I should just leave it alone or keep running it in the ground, just like she's able to just keep running stuff in the ground. Okay, everybody is aware. Now, I'm not saying that, anybody with schizophrenia shouldn't be believed, from anything that they went through or trauma. I'm not saying that at all. But with her, it's very obvious that she feels a type of way. And as you can see, there's nothing that I can do to try to talk to her, to try to tell her, hey, I'm not trying to be your enemy. But I think that part of it is schizophrenia. But I think that the other part is she know that she did shit way fucked up, far beyond, ain't no coming back to. But, I noticed too, people want to compare, in which I don't understand why people are always comparing my family with a person that I've been with. I probably won't ever understand that. But oh my God. But yeah, see, the problem is, maybe I should just ignore it because, like I said, it's a play and everybody just feeding off of me and Candy's beef. And I'm just like, I'm not trying to have beef with you. I just ain't gonna fuck with you. But at the same time, I'd be damned if I sit here and let you talk on my name like that. And it's fucked up that the things that she did to me, we get grown. And then, she tell everybody that I did those things to her. And I'm like, you mean to tell me that you don't feel? And she's even admitted at times on videos that she's caused some type of pain or discomfort or misery to me too. So, and then her thing is, oh, it was the medicine. And it may very well have been, but there was also times where Candy wasn't taking her medicine and she was still violent. Candy is more violent than me. Now, I do want to elaborate on some shit. When I was clapping back on that video the other day in regards to the fight with Tierra, I did. I guess I was so mad I was half listening and I got it crossed up. Because they get shit crossed up. When they was talking about the fight, they said I beat Tierra up because she was lying. I don't know no gang signs. But they said I beat her up because she's lying to me about her health issues. Well, see, that can't be true if at that time I didn't even know. Now, you heard what you heard on the video, but that wasn't why we was fighting. That particular video, I'm not talking about the big fight that everybody saw. Now, they trying to say I put shit online. I'm like, I didn't put that online. Somebody gave them that video, and that's how that got online. But there's only one that I put up online. Now the thing is, and she knows it, and my story never changed. Even that's the thing. You have to ask yourself why everybody want to try to come at me about Tierra. Tierra at the time she was violent. She wasn't on no medication, and she was hitting me every chance she got. Like I said, the abuse started like about 4 days into the relationship, but I thought those were just gonna be a couple of isolated incidents. But now there was, and I'm not talking about all the time she hit me and I didn't hit her back, but times where I did like get tired of it and fight back. I can still count on one hand. Now you have to ask yourself. Now, in regards to me saying she wouldn't tell me, I know that now. At the time, I didn't know for sure. Now there was this one that was not on video or recorded, um, where the whole thing was I was confronting her about things that she was hiding from me, and it wasn't just her health issue; it was the cheating and all that I was asking her about. But the one thing everybody want, like that particular time, I had just bought her a phone. And I was like, well, shit, if you talking about packing up and leaving, in which I don't understand why you so mad that you want to leave. Like, I didn't do anything. I just asked a question. And now, you're going upside my head. Like, I'm like, yeah, you can leave, but you're not taking that phone. Because we already went down that road about the phone. It wasn't something I really wanted to do, especially knowing her only 2 months. And so when I took her to the doctor and I heard what I heard, and I was wondering why I was asked to be escorted out the room. And I was like, well, what was the purpose of you bringing me to the doctor with you? I didn't get it, but I was confused. I'm like, okay. And I did. I called a friend on the phone. I was just sitting there like, the doctor said this, and they were like, girl. And I was like, man, I don't know. So we leaving from the doctor. I'm like, man, I need a drink. She was like, me too. I think it was she said she needed a drink, and I was like, me too. And we started drinking and shit. But by then, I don't know. I get these days crossed up. But I do remember. I think it was a few days later or whatever. I was trying to ask her, is that true? What the doctor said, and somehow, she was like saying no, it wasn't true. So, but then she started getting an attitude. And then she just started talking about she was finna leave. I'm like, why? So I'm like, you can leave, but you're not taking her phone. So she started calling me out my name, in which I was like, why are you talking to me like that? And then about now, she was like running her mouth. I'm mad now. So she's like, get out of my face. And I'm just like, nigga, you in my house. So took a blow and hit me in the stomach. That was the first time I fought back because she was always hitting me. Now, you have to ask yourself, the one where they talking about, oh, well, Brandy said that you fought that girl because she lied about having a sickness. That wasn't why that fight happened, even though in my drunk mind I was questioning her about it. But you have to ask yourself why she went to jail that night, not me. I was fucked up drunk too. You have to ask yourself why she went to jail and not me. Well, she's even admitted to you guys, and y'all haven't even seen it displayed online, and which is not going to be talked about, where she's even apologized, for putting her hands on me. But like me and old boy was talking about the other day, people have their breaking point, and at that time I had a breaking point, and I'm like, you cannot be mad at me for that. You can't. So, um, at that particular time, she kept hitting me. I wasn't feeling well. I had just came from the emergency room the night before because something was wrong, and even then, it was, and I was wondering why that fight happened. But I think she had knew that I had secretly asked the doctor to test me for sicknesses too, and that could have been why she was acting weird. Then even then, she was like acting like she didn't want me. And then she kicked me out the bed, like physically, and I fell on the floor. No, that was the time because she kicked me out the bed on my birthday and told me to go cook her breakfast. She was rocking like that. So here it is. This particular day, she tried to kick me out the bed, and I gripped the bed. I'm like, She's like, go cook my food. I'm like, well, you pimping. I'm like, damn. So all of a sudden, she started like talking about she don't want me no more. Well, she started trying to leave. But she was trying to take off with the phone, trying to take off with my car. And I'm like, no, man. Oh, my dead body. So I'm drunk and because it's like I'm stressed out and I'm irritated. So I come sit on the couch and I was talking to, I'll say an associate. I was venting to, like feeling like I wanted to off myself because it was always damn, I feel like you don't love me. And she'll be like, I feel like you don't love me. Or I'll be like, I feel like you don't want me. She'll be like, well, I feel like you don't want me. And so I'm sitting there confused, like, but you the one pushed me away. And I'm like, I don't get it. She just told me that she felt like she didn't know how to give me the love that I need, and she thinks she should leave. So I called a friend, and I'm like telling the chick that I felt like offering myself. And so, oh, girl, she's in the bedroom, and she's going to be fuck off. Like, oh, you want to talk to other bitches? Fuck you. I'm leaving. I'm like, didn't you just tell me that you didn't want to be with me no more? I'm like, but that wasn't even what the conversation was. Okay, so that's when I got drunk. That's when I started drinking. After that, because I was confused. So she wait till I'm drunk, kick off the argument. Everybody sees she's done that before, which is scary. Honestly, it is very scary. So she go to taking off, trying to take off and grab stuff, and I'm like, you gonna put that back? You know what I'm saying? And so she goes to try to grab a knife, and she starts to come at me with the knife. Then I subdue her, and it's such that there are people that know that, and they still try to use that against me to try to frame me or demonize me to be an abuser. Perhaps a reactive abuser, but I'm not an abuser. If that was the case, I'd have been in jail many times. Okay? And that's not even from the hitting alone. There was a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I'm not violent, man. I really don't be trying to have smoke with nobody. Honestly, I don't. I'm really a lover, not a fighter. But these folks on here trying to make me out to be something I'm not. But I just wanted to elaborate on that comment where everybody keeps trying to say that I beat her up because she lied about her illness. That wasn't why that fight happened. That fight happened because I got tired of her putting her hands on me. And now I'm looking crazy because, oh shit, I'm drunk as fuck. And this girl went to grab a knife. In my drunk mind, I'm like, oh shit. And she charging like this with the knife. I had to like grab her and subdue her. How you think that the front, the glass, the whole front panel of the oven, the glass splat, like skeeted over that way because she came at me with the knife. I don't know what happened. All I know is there was some cops outside talking to her and some cops inside talking to me. And there was certain things that I was able to show that was evident of the things that were going on. Even this one recording of her, like physically dragging me out the club. She laughs and brags about it all the time. And I was like, at that time, I was drunk too. I'm like, hey man, you're hurting me. You know what I'm saying? She like literally dragged me from the club to the car. Cut way down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just don't think it's just like with this, narrative with goddamn to pull up on Candy, right? Like my whole argument is that now I'm feeling like I have a right to speak on shit, but maybe not. Maybe I need to take into consideration to just to speak to clear my name, but not to like try to argue and debate and get emotionally invested and get my fucking blood pressure up and shit. Because at the end of the day, it's like I'm just from now on just gonna look at it as me keeping a paper trail and protecting my fucking energy. Because I know the truth. I know what I went through with Candy, with Bella, with these people on here. Like I know what I went through. And I'm really not obligated to validate anything from anyone. Now, all these folks want to come in on the butt end of things or in the middle of things. They weren't there from the beginning of things. Yeah, by the time folks came in, some of these folks came in on me defending myself, and yeah, it looked like I'm telling my story or whatever. But I'm like, everybody, some people like, oh, you have a story or you've been through some shit. Then people over here like, don't nobody want to hear that shit. So it's like I'm trying to draw away from the crowd that says, well, don't nobody want to hear that shit. I really am. And it's like, okay, there are people over there that are very receptive of Candy saying she's been abused. But I get laughed at for being abused. And it's like, this shit's insane. It really is. And I'm like, just because motherfuckers don't like me, that mean I got to be lying about every goddamn thing. And I'm like, okay, bitch, I peeped the game. I peeped the game. The game is to get me to off myself. And in doing that, you're going to try to make me look as horrible as possible, make me feel as horrible as possible, try to get me to react as bad as possible. And the motherfucker on here going to come and tell me yesterday that I'm not a real military veteran because I react to people on here. These motherfuckers on here defaming my character. And just like you reacted to what you felt, I have a right to fucking react to. Don't sit here. I'm tired of all these people telling me, don't react, hide your channel, and this and that. But all these folks ignore them. But these folks can't ignore me. Please ignore me. But they can't. And they're not going to. Because they need a narrative and they need a storyline. Like they said, I'm easy work. Damn, it's 75 degrees out here. I would have never known. It was like a nice, cool little breeze. It felt good out there. Oh, well, the winds are 9 miles per hour, so that internet is so low. Yeah, it feel good out there too. But I seen that bee's nest, and I'm like, oh hell no. Mm, yeah, but yeah, I just gotta remember not to get emotionally invested because these people, their end game. I was like, man, I think that these people, they believe what I'm saying. That's why they keep throwing it in my face. I'm like, I believe some of these people believe me, but to get up under my skin and to hurt me, they're gonna use this, that, and the other against me to make me look bad. It's like these people don't care about the truth. The truth is boring. They need content. They need entertainment. They need somebody to laugh at. And that's the part of why they need somebody that they feel is weak, such as me and Candy. People fuck with Elvin every now and then, so it ain't about being retarded. They don't come at him every day. And I wouldn't want nobody, but I'm just elaborating on like they come at me and Candy because what we react so they think we're weak. And it's not even about, like they just do it to get a laugh. And especially this one bitch on here. She loves to say that she loves to laugh at me. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna watch you and I'm gonna laugh and I'm gonna this and that. And then we got Dogfoot sitting there telling me. Then he tell me on the live, "Oh, we cool. We ain't gonna speak on each other no more. But I will be in watching you. You're not my fucking daddy. You don't need to be watching me." Now, I usually don't bring him up unless he fuss with me, but lately, okay, dude, like, I have a point that I'm making, and see, I'm like, everybody, like, don't speak on me, don't speak on me. Well, if you didn't do the fuck shit you did, I wouldn't speak on you. And then people be like, that wasn't me. Well, you blaming me for this and that. Well, the things you've done are similar, you would think that you do stuff like that. So don't get mad at me because you done stuff like that before. Motherfucker might get mad at me cause I'm calling a motherfucker out about some crazy ass emails I'm being sent. And so I'm like, that's so and so. Why would I think that? Cause they do other things to bother me on a daily. And what's crazy? It was recently a thing where this TikToker offed herself. And rest in peace to her, but it was to do with people online bullying her about being assaulted. My main thing with me is though I got myself to live for, of course, and myself. And yeah, when you break it down like that, it is myself to live for because I want to be around when I do link up with my children. I can't do that if I'm dead. You know, these people will tell you to get on your feet, do this, do the right thing. You're supposed to be doing this and do that. Then when you do it, they try to sabotage it just to get a laugh. They prey on people downfall and hardships. Me and Tierra arguing, oh, they right in on it. One day you'll notice. One day they telling me I need to get away from her because she don't mean me no good. And then the next day people tell her to stay away from me because I don't mean her no good. It's just insane. The motherfuckers telling me running traffic off myself, do it like this and all this stuff. I'm like, man, if I fuck around and do that shit for real, you got blood on your hands for real. You really do. Y'all think it's all fun and games. And then it's like you can't win with these people. They start a fight with you and then tell you you ain't built for this or built for that. I'm like, I know that. That's why I'm asking you to leave me alone. But and I need to warn everybody that there is a bug going around, and it's no joke. It's similar to gas. It is gas, right? What has been going on? What up? Man, I'm chilling, with my dog, working on myself, getting my shit together, taking my medication like I'm supposed to. These folks on here will sit here and say, you're a nut, you're crazy. And then you go to the doctor, they like, oh, your doctor need to be fired. Well, I just got a new doctor. Just got a new doctor. And so I'm like, okay, they got their own little assessment of what they think and gave me this new diagnosis. And these people call me crazy, retarded. They saying I got a dishonorable discharge from the military, that I'm a deadbeat mom, woman beater. Exactly, straight pussy. Just want to talk. And it's like they always do. I want to do all this talking with no solutions, huh? No fucking solutions at all. And I've asked on here many times, look at your past. Look, I know your past was bad, but I promise to God, you are an amazing person. Notice how it's only the internet that has a problem with things. Yeah, in my real life, people think I'm amazing. People be like getting sad when I get off the phone type shit. But I ain't gonna lie, I think I did notice that. I think I get why, certain people that I be knowing would rather text, because sometimes like sitting in the phone and talk could get like a little overstimulating. I'm like, that might be like why my eyes be twitching and shit. That's why I don't be on live as long as I used to. And even then I would take like breaks in between. But I think I see some growth in you as well. And I don't know if I told you, but I am back in contact with my kids. My kids are in college. Kudos to them, and I'm proud of them. Now, everybody be trying to say, yeah, they pictures been leaked online and everything. And everybody say my daughter look just like me. But I think that my middle child look like me. But everybody say my daughter do. I'm not gonna show them because I don't need nobody to be throwing in my face. Oh, you showed them. I'm like, well, shit, because it was already put out there. People already seen it. You won't believe how I felt and the look on my face when I first saw my children. This was oh, see. Oh my God, she's good. Oh boy. Come here. I know. Come here. You talking to me? She like, they over there doing something. Yo, Brandy, unreal. My fault for everything that happened to past, I was just being dumb and I was mad at your minds. That don't mean troll and say crazy things. But I hope to God your life goes. Yeah, and I know a lot of people, got upset with me for my mom's blocking them. And that's why sometimes I would unblock people and then that would make other people mad. And I'm like, then they go to trolling me too. And I'm like, I ain't do nothing to these folks. And then don't let me be drunk because a lot of times I don't even remember blocking nobody or my hell. I remember I was modding all them people. I'm like, nice to meet you. I know you. I used to be you get a mod, you get a mod, everybody gets a mod. And then there was like people blocked while I was drunk or knocked out, sleep on the couch that I don't even, wasn't even aware of. It's like people that hate me and I don't even know who these folks is. Never even seen them before. Don't know what they look like. Don't even know if that's their real name. I never did shit to them. But all these folks want to try to sit here and push it. And they want to come at me with the, oh, you want to play victim or, oh, you ain't innocent. But that's your perception. But you don't have a right to fucking attack somebody because of your perception. Your perception is that of someone else that feels the same way about me you do. That's a you problem, not my problem. It's not my issue. Half of these people I don't even know have an issue with me until they make it known. And I'm always like, well, hey, how can I make it right? How can I fix this? But the way they come at me is like everything to demonize me. And that was my point of when I said, where's the outrage when it came to me? If it was somebody else and not me, and this person over here, getting like this and then over here, I would ask the same question. Well, where's the outrage over here? Straight across the board. Like say if it was an outrage for Candy and no outrage for Tierra, or outrage for Tierra but no outrage for Candy, I would ask like, well, where's the outrage with the other person? Just like I know a lot of people say that it was Candy's own doing that made her go to jail. People say I don't never defend her. They say that I'm bullying her and I'm harassing her. But I've said many a times that if people wouldn't have called, now there were instances where okay, she'd be in the hotel and she's loud as fuck and going crazy like Bella's doing right now. But then okay, that one incident where they called because motherfuckers tried to do it to me. And I spoke on that yesterday. But motherfuckers tried to call and lie and say that she had some type of weapon or something and was trying to break into the library. I was the main one outraged about that, and my stand just because I'm beating, say that's the difference between me and Candy. Just because we beef and my feelings still stand, that I have to disagree when everybody say that oh she went to jail and it was all her fault. No, I don't feel like that. Now, when she's out fucking with people and cursing people out, harassing people, people get mad, throw beer on the throw her goddamn book sack in the river and all that, or people online because they do it the same shit to me they do to her. If people are called trolls, and it's crazy how people believe trolls over me. Blatant people that blatantly were trolls. We got one of the biggest trolls is one of the biggest cowards that keep coming for me with all these racist things. People still accepting him in their circle. All the racist shit this bitch said about me. The biggest coward on this bitch, because he come on here, but he got to wear a ski mask. Why come fuck with anybody and say anything? Cause you know two things: either ice coming to fucking cool off your piping hot tea, or you know that you a criminal, you know the shit you doing is wrong. And a lot of people on here, that's why they like, I'm not giving my name, I'm not telling who I am and all that on here. Bro, all them folks who talk shit to you or pussy in real life on me. Yeah, yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, I do see a lot of maturity. How old are you right now? Cause I do know you around the age between my two boys. I just don't remember. Oh, okay. So, well, yeah, my oldest boy is about to be 20, and my daughter just turned 22. 22? Yeah, 22. January 5th, 2006. My son Ivan, he's March 22nd, 2006. So he's a Aries. Damn, for real, they young as fuck. And they in college, that's very good. Yeah. Well, my daughter, we know she's disabled, have some challenges, you know. And it's crazy how everybody tried to demonize me and Tierra at one point and then separated it and stopped calling her a racist, but started like trying to call me racist. I'm not racist. But then this boy did all types of racist shit to my babies. Pictures of when they were kids got bananas, eggplants, and all types of shit. A monkey emoji, got a picture of my son with the sound of a monkey. They call me Bigfoot, skunk ape, all this shit. But they try to paint a narrative that I'm racist. If that's racist, I would have never been friends with Savannah as long as I have. As bad as she did me, I forgave her when she came and apologized to me. And I still tried to pursue a friendship with her. Same with was, like Rosetta, Lowe's, Earth Angel, and hell, me and Nate was cool. And what's this other dude? I think his name started with a P. All the old heads, Warriors, all of them. Even Kentrell. Kentrell not black, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's like I have welcome open arms to anybody. And I don't use that, term of, oh, I don't see color. Because, like, old girl said in that song, when you see color, you see us. You know what I'm saying? You see us, you see color. However, that song said, I do want to touch on some shit I seen. I don't know how old it is because it's confusing. I forget the guy's name. His name is Patrick something start with an F. And what I first woke up to this morning and saw, I was in tears. Now already I can't get the Charlie Kirk incident out my head. Woo! And how that man stood out the way for him to get pow pow. I'm like, oh my God, that was out of nowhere. I didn't even know who that dude was, right? But then there's this black guy. You see, he's on a bike, and people are chasing. I mean, the cops are chasing the guy, obviously, and they did a slow down motion where, as soon as the dude get off the bike, they shoot him in the back. He lands on the ground. They realize they killed him. So they put him in handcuffs and like, he got a gun, put the gun away. So then one cop would whip out the pistol and he just pow pow a couple of times in the head while meanwhile the dog is mauling his face off. And the mama, she's just breaking down like they Emmett killed my son. And then I start having flashbacks of seeing Emmett Till. I'm telling you, that was a hard watch, especially when it's the first thing you wake up to. That was a hard watch, man. And Kentrell, I don't know if you know this, but my channel with the 10,000 subscribers is back up and running. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe to that one too. But yeah, I have the biggest heart ever. I have a heart of gold. Oh yeah, yeah. I do. I have a heart of gold. Even Tierra has said it, you know. And I know they be saying don't romanticize the good times, but I'd be lying if I said it was all bad all across the board. You know, we had some good moments, some fun moments, some funny moments, some cute moments, you know, at times, you know. And same with Candy. If you don't mind me asking what happened to her, what happened to who? Yeah, just like me and Candy. Me and Candy, I me level here. I might not be all that level headed, but I'm working on my stability, and that's why the doctors gradually got me going up on this particular medication. And then after that, he gonna start to treat me for the ADHD. Oh, her? She told me that some issue happened, a family emergency, so she had to leave and go to Chicago. I trusted her. Thank you, Simply. I trusted her that she was telling the truth. At first, I didn't. And so I had already let her know what was going to happen if I found out she was on some fuck shit. I'm like, because you're not going to keep playing in my face and everybody's sitting here trying to make like I'm abusing you. And they clearly see the fuck shit you do. So she's on the trip. By the time she get what she got, she didn't even call me to let me know she made it in safe. So I don't remember if I got drunk that night or whatnot. But I just know, like, when I woke up the next morning, I seen she was not in Chicago. She was in Indiana. So I'm calling, texting, like 2 days gone by. I'm like, I'm missing my baby. And found out she wasn't where she said she was. So I got upset. I blocked her. I turned her phone off. And then so she told me to turn her phone back on. I told her no. So she had been telling me for 2 days, 2 more days later. And so she told me to turn her phone back on or else she's gonna expose my kids. Knowing that this bitch motherfucker named Zach was sitting here saying that he'll pay her to stay away from me. He'll pay her to leave me. And Willie was sitting there like, oh, that girl don't want to be with you. She wants some dick. And so when she left, I'm like, oh, fuck. And Hope was sitting there like, oh, she's playing her exit to get the fuck out now. And so I'm sitting there scratching my head like, huh? And so when she was really gone, I'm like, man, you're not going to keep playing in my face like this because I'm not going to put my hands on you. I'm not going to do it. It backfired the last time. So I'm just like, yeah, nah, you do you. So she's like, okay, um, if you don't turn my phone back on, I'm gonna post your kids. So she revealed to everybody what my kids look like on here. So already knowing that these motherfuckers posting my kids on their Instagram, they TikTok, on here, and was dogging them as pictures of children. And here she posts them again as adults. Now all the bets are off because now everybody's like, oh, they grown. I can come at them like this. And I'm like, my babies didn't sign up for that, man. So I told her I can't do it. I just told her I can't. That's too much. And then before that, before she left, it was an incident where me and one of my mods were on the phone, but she's telling me something about trying to show me something maybe posted or said, but as she's showing me some name pop up on the phone I ain't never knew I heard of. All this long, people was telling me that this girl was playing in my face, like this one chick came on my StreamYard, but they wasn't talking to me at all. They was talking to her. And she was saying it was some friend. After a while, I didn't hear about this friend no more. But around this time too, her ex was sitting there on like the week of my birthday saying that they still be talking. So that was already scratched. I was already so then she got rough. She ready to fight and square up all because I just asked a question. Is it true? So here we got Savannah going off on me, this person going off on me. I'm like, I just asked the question, is it true? Because if not, I'll help you pack. You want to leave and go? I'll help you pack. It's gonna hurt like a motherfucker, but I'll help you pack. And so then, all right, so I seen this. I forget the name, the letter. It was like a letter and a number, and the text message was like, "All right, you want me to stop? LOL." So naturally, just like her, she like who that was on the phone, who that was at the door. So I'm thinking we in a relationship. I can ask her, well, damn, who is that messaging you on the phone and I'm paying for? That's in my name. You hate this? I love it. It's a great bebop, beep pop, blow pop. It's good. I usually don't fuck with grapes and vapes, but it's good. All right, so when I'm questioning her, she's like pretty much like not wanting to tell me who the person is. And so I told her she's a cheater. She cheating on me. Now she's always accusing me of cheating on her. And so she hit me, whop. And she like, say I'm a cheater one more time. So I'm like, cheater. She whop. I'm like, mm-hmm. And so she's whop, whop, whop. I hate you. And so that's when I took someone's advice. I hit the live button. So I hit the live button. And I'm all like, you are I, bitch. You are I. And she's like, I'll be that. I'll be that. And so I was like, you cheating on me with your ex. And she's like, that ain't even Jay. And so I was like, you a cheater or something like that. And so I said, well, if that wasn't Jay, then what the fuck you would keep hitting me for? 'Cause she was sticking me in my face, all types of shit. And so I was like, what the fuck you hit me for? And she's like, I'm gonna kill you, bitch. I'm gonna kill you. So she gets on top of me. Mind you, at the time, she's like 345 pounds. I was like 292. So she's like on top of me. She's leaning all her weight on me. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't breathe. So I'm like banging on the carpet, trying to push up. My arms still be hurting from time to time. I just had to take a Tylenol earlier because my arms still be hurting. That's why I'm not in the gym Cause I ain't gonna lie, I would be in the gym pushing them weights. That's what I love to do in the gym. I love to push weight. I would be in the gym right now, I swear to God. When I'm like, well, it's pointless to just go in there and get on the treadmill. I mean, I could go and try to be getting on the elliptical, make shit more challenging. But I'm like, for right now, I mean, I could walk around up these hills and like gradually build up to. Then once it start feeling too easy, then start working on getting on the elliptical. I just don't want to do no overkill with it. But yeah, it still hurts, you know. And the police, they asked, and I had cuts and bruises all over my face. And the police came, somebody called the police. I don't know who did that, but I think somebody on live called the police. And the police was like, Everything okay?" And I'm like, hiding my face. And I'm like, everything's fine. You know, I ain't want to get her in trouble. But most people don't be wanting to get their, partner in trouble. Even when I ain't gonna lie, when she stole my car that time, everybody was saying you should have just called the police as soon as she got back. But I'm like, you're not understanding. When I went to the police station to put out a warrant, they claimed it was a warrant out for the arrest. But even me and Kimberly Harper, we was talking to this one detective. I don't think he was a detective, but he was some part of the police, whatever. And he looked at in deeper into the file and was like, all this shit is all they have did the damn report. They ain't even started investigating this shit yet. And meanwhile, y'all remember how crazy I was going trying to figure out where the fuck my car was. Then people sitting there like texting me or messaging me and showing me my car in front of these apartments, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm confused. People sitting at cash app requesting me $1,000, talking about, bitch, I know where your car at, ho, and people talking about pulling up to my apartment and doing harm. People calling my phone, breathing on the phone. So I'm just like, oh, paranoid and shit. But I mean, you asked, so I answered. I mean, I forgot what I was talking about before that, but you asked, so I answered. Mm, yeah, my kids are in college. My daughter, she's disabled. And these folks keep trying to deflect from, even if I did do those things that they said, let's just say I did those things. I told y'all all the things Candy did in the past. How does it make it right to get dragged for it now, 20 years later? Now, me and her, we family. So every now and then some shit gonna come up. Every now and then she gonna bring some shit up. I'm gonna bring some shit up. But like I kept trying to tell her, we could talk offline. If we gonna beef, let's beef offline. We ain't gotta plaster shit for the whole world to see. Now I'm not gonna sit here and act like I haven't had a fist fight with my brother here or there and went live with the shit, blood just gushing down my face and shit. That's happened too. Um, and me and my brother, we didn't talk uh, for almost 10 years behind that shit. And it took for my other brother to pass away for me to talk to him. And I was very happy to hear from my family again. Because I ain't gonna lie, I used to, even Wyatt, before he died, I felt connected. I felt like people be saying people need to be alone by themselves. Yeah, it's a time and place for everything. Sometimes people need solitude to figure things out and make better decisions, but then sometimes people need that connection. Even a baby, when a baby is first born, they tell you what, constantly put the baby by your heart, give them head rubs, because it connects the dots in their brains. It stimulates their brain, helps it grow. it helps their heart be that strong. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. Like even in relationships, you hug and kiss somebody, they say you're releasing oxytocin when you're kissing. You know, those are hormones that are needed to be activated. Just like insulin, just like ghrelin, just like the thyroid. Those things need to be activated. Or else you're gonna have some problems. If you have insulin resistance, it means sugar can't get into the cells. What happens? You start getting sick. When people can't don't have somebody to hug and kiss a lot, or to tell them that they're beautiful, they get in the opposite. They start to feel sick, whether it's mental or physical. And people might say my doctor might need to be fired, but I think that I'm doing a fine fucking job. And my kids give me advice sometimes. Like these people pick on me. They say they think I'm this, they think I'm that. My baby be like, well, what do you think about yourself? And I'm like, huh. I'm like, boy, you smart as you know you a Grand Prix, you smart as fuck. I'm like, you be schooling me. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. Cause the way how I grew up when we were kids and growing up as adults, and I was even one of them. But we've had children where they said you can even learn from a child just as much as the child can learn from you. Sometimes a child might bring up something you might not even think of. I have a niece, she's younger than me, and I had like all these body aches and pains, walking with a back brace and a cane at the time. I don't think I was walking with a walker yet. And she's just like, you gotta push through the pain, keep going. And she's younger than me. And that stuck with me. I was sitting there walking the other day thinking about what things that certain people may have told me that stuck with me. Just like recently, it was a certain person. I don't know if she's watching or not, but I'm not going to say her name. But she gave me this suggestion, and it hasn't left my brain since. When the doctor first put me on this medicine, I was sleeping all day a few weeks ago. Y'all remember? And she was like, how about if you get up and you exercise before you take your medicine? Or get up and exercise you know, before you take your medicine, get up and exercise before it kicks in. And so far, I mean, it's been working. I'm like, okay, I'm slow. I didn't think of that. I'm like, I'm happy, I'm like, not that way I can still beat shit. It's 5 o'clock. Damn. I didn't realize I had all that on my mind. But it's more to life than just going back and forth, roasting online. It really is a whole lot of this beautiful world that we're missing out on because we focus on tearing one person down every day. But I do just want to leave Candy be. But she's never gonna leave me be. I'm gonna tell you why. She tells everybody she's a twin, and which I mean, I'm glad. Okay, she claims me as a twin. Because there was times when we would go so many years without talking, I would forget I had a twin. And sometimes just times where we just stop talking. It wasn't just no beef, no, just that happens with a lot of hell. That happened with my childhood best friend. Sometimes we just go a couple of years without talking, you know, and then you wind up talking to them every day. It's just life happens like that. And the Tylenol kicking in, I think. But yeah, there's this thing going around. I ain't the only one, but I seen somebody else post it when I noticed the other day my stomach is like really bloated. That's why my stomach looks so big. It's bloated and it's hard too. And like it be like right up in here hurting real bad. And some lady said that she had to take her son to the hospital because his stomach been hurting real bad. And then she's like, "Oh my God, I hope that I don't have what he have." But it's like this neurovirus type of thing. And I'm like, okay, if it's a virus, all I can do is just let it ride. They say it take about 24 to 72 hours. But me knowing my health, it take me a little longer because of my blood sugar and shit. So it takes me a little longer to heal. But I'm telling you, my stomach is on fire. And the lady was saying that, yeah, it's going around. Whatever it is viral and it's going around. So I would advise everybody to wash your hands and wear a mask everywhere you go. But yeah, I even Googled it. There is some, outbreak going on. But as far as Candy, yeah, do I want anything bad to happen to her? No. Do some of the things she do be entertaining? Yeah. Would I want to see somebody like really hurt her? No. I would say those things out of anger and when I'm like in that space of being upset, but I don't really feel that way. And I would be sick if something like really, really happened to her. And I do at times wonder why she hate me so much. Why is there not anything? It's been since we were kids, and it's like, why is there not anything I could do to help fix that? And I'm like, she keeps saying, "Oh, well, I don't want to make amends. I don't want to talk to her." And everybody's seen that in the past where, well, shit, I'm trying to talk to you and she'll block me. And but then steady telling everybody I don't want to talk to her. But yeah, I could once again I can name some good things about her. A lot of good things. Well, I was the one who told y'all, hey man, she had a bachelor's degree. She's very smart. She graduated high school honors. She went to college. Very proud of her for that. You know, and we'll see where this goes with her writing stories. It is kind of questionable though that she doesn't have any kids, but she writes kids stories. But fuck it, that's her thing. That's on her. Uh, Um, a lot of people on here say a lot of hurtful things, and a lot of people clap back. And fuck, I think this Tylenol is kicking in. But yeah, I mean, if I had it my way, I wouldn't have beef with nobody. Y'all got this fake internet beef, and all y'all scared to death of each other. Y'all just bump your gums, all bark, not bite. Been watching it too long. Who is y'all got this fake internet beef? Because I just stated I don't be trying to beef with nobody, but a lot of people come at me. I'm gonna defend myself. But nice to meet you. How long have you been watching, sir, ma'am? How long have you been watching? Just like I said, I really, when I come on here, I truly come in peace. I can't do nothing about the people on here that want war with me for things. They argument is, oh, I'm coming at you because you're a deadbeat mom. Man, there's so many people that are literally deadbeat moms. It's like, okay, these folks get mad at me and try to act like they expect me to know better. But then they turn around throwing my face that I have trouble processing information. Then they try to come at me and handle me like I'm supposed to know it all. I'm supposed to have been smart enough to catch on to this or that. Then they turn around, call me retarded, and say I have trouble processing information. And I'm like, okay, if I'm retarded and have trouble processing information, wouldn't that make me incapable of raising a child? And I mean, yeah, I got married, but I'm like, since when is it a crime to get married? You know, I got married on my end. It was innocent and it was out of love. Really, you know what I'm saying? And I do, well, not now, but I would want to get married again. I was gonna marry China. I was gonna marry Tierra. There's a couple of other women that I did, think that I wanted to marry. God damn, man. That, I can't hang, man. I'm gonna have to go lay down and for a little while. I'll be back on later.